And we're live.
Hello, people out there in the world.
I'm
So
glad you don't sound
creepy.
like that for real. It's that Michelle A action. Keep her where she at. Okay.
What's in my connector? There we go. Hi. How are y'all doing out there?
Look, we on time and Brian ain't here. Look at.
Look at me. That's how you do.
Ain't never been here when I'm ready. You ain't here. Alrighty, I'm gonna play the vid. Share. Oh, String Y'all got background music now.
Oh, okay, string on.
Let me see. Sound like a strip club. No, let me stop. All right, playing the video. Please share if you're watching. I really need to update that video part. I don't look like that no more. Anyway, go ahead.
Welcome to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans. I am your girl, Chassie B.
And I'm Sunshine, and I do not know why she talking like that. Welcome! Welcome to another episode. And thank y'all for tuning in. If you're watching, please say hello, share with your family and friends, and join in on the shenanigans. And we always start with a foreplay. Try to be you first. Oh, it's a video, ain't it?
Yes.
All right, hold on. I got it. Maybe. Here we go.
So, guys, I like my hair. It's starting to get back crunchy.
You look like a boy, cuz. You look like Kamaya. You look like a handsome boy. Kamaya, your hair never gonna grow. It's gonna stay like that. Yeah. I'm sorry for you. You just gonna be like a boy forever. Mariah. You hold me, Mariah. Mariah.
I hear you.
Be a boy forever.
You should go to the barbershop to get it actually evened out.
I didn't hear that last part until right now. Won't you go to barbershop and get it even down? I did not hear that part until right this second. Wow, kids are the worst.
Y'all, that video has had a hold on me for the past 3 days. I cannot get myself together. And it's the fact she was like, "You hear me? You hear me?"
She talking about, yeah. I wouldn't have been able to record because I wouldn't have been over there like, no, yeah. No. I'd have had to go to church and repent if I'd been recording. Okay. Tell me I look like no boy.
You look like a handsome boy. You look like a Mario.
At least he or she, whatever it is, said handsome, I guess. Terrible. She did kind of look like a boy. She did kind of look like a boy. That's probably what I look like when I tried the first. I did the big chop. I should have brought it. I should have saved it and pulled it up. I did it one time a couple years ago. My mama was like, "Oh, okay." She was not feeling it. Not feeling it at
She
all.
wasn't feeling it. She's like, hurry up and grow it back out.
Oh man, y'all that's watching, what would y'all do if y'all kids did y'all do like that? Would y'all record it and put it on TikTok, or would they got the rest of that sentence out? Is the question.
It would have been a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
You look like a boy. You look like a handsome boy. I can't. All right, you ready for mine? Another kiss, marry,
Yes.
kill. Kiss, marry, or kill. Let's see what this comment is first. Oh, she's at
Backhanded
backhand.
compliment.
Facts. Facts, Shalana. Facts. Same over here. All right. Kiss, marry, or kill. And I did this one just for Chassie B, y'all. Just for Chassie B. So who would you kiss, marry, or kill?
I
Beyonce,
knew. Uncle
Jeezy,
Clifford.
or Uncle Clifford? I was gonna put Biden, but I didn't want to put those out there like that. All right. I don't want to be counted.
I'm gonna go ahead and kill off.
Who you kissing, marry, and killing?
I'm gonna go ahead and kill off Uncle Clifford because they taking forever to bring P Valley back, and I'm sick of it.
It ain't Clifford's fault.
I know, but I'm blaming everybody. I am blaming everybody. I need to know what the girls is doing at the pint. Like, hurry up.
It's been forever. They waiting for COVID to be over. As long as it takes.
Right.
All right, you killing Clifford. Who you kissing?
I'm marrying Jeezy. I love him, and I'll kiss Beyonce. That's fine. That is fine. I would still marry him.
You cheat kissing or tongue kissing?
Oh, I'm tonguing Beyonce down. Tongue everything.
She might have stank breath. Everybody thinks she's perfect. She might have stank breath.
She don't. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna get on Beyonce's internet and try to talk about her. She does not have stank breath.
Beehive
Everything about her is perfect. Everything.
Ain't nobody perfect. Jesus ain't even perfect.
Except for Beyonce. Except for Beyonce.
I can't. I guess I have to marry. I guess I have to marry Jeezy too, even though I don't really care to. But I guess I marry Jeezy. I kill Beyonce and keep Clifford because I need to know what's happening in the paint.
What did Beyonce do to you?
I ain't a Beyonce fan like you. I don't mind. Maybe don't mind she here tonight, honestly.
Look, I stood out in the rain. It was lightning and thundering and everything. I stood out there for her. I love her. We love you, B.
Bye, Beyonce. Have a nice life. Now let me stop. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. All right, so what y'all doing?
Shalonda, I thought we was better than that.
She said exactly. Thank you, Shalonda. Thank you.
I always thought that we was on the same page, Shalonda. And you gonna choose Sunshine over no. You don't get rid of Beyonce. Jay-Z, maybe.
I keep Joe Campbell before I keep Beyonce.
Don't you talk about her husband like that.
I don't care what you say. She is not with him because of his looks. Okay. He might got good personality. So ain't for a look.
We is not gonna talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z.
I don't hear you saying that, so I guess I'm right. Anywho. Anybody else want to comment on it? We got Kiss, Marry, Kill, Beyonce, Jeezy, and Uncle Clifford. I guess you have to watch P Valley to know who Uncle Clifford is, but he a bad B.I.T. Okay.
I know. Hurry up with the pike.
She said she's not a Beyonce fan, but she likes Sasha Fierce. But she can live without her. Facts. Facts. No, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. All right. Well, I know everybody has been hearing about this. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard about where you got going on with it. I've heard about the documentary with Janet Jackson. Have you watched it?
I haven't watched it yet.
I ain't either. I heard it don't really get real good to part 2. They say part 1 is mostly about her brothers and family and blase. They did say that she was like kind of taking up for Joe a little bit about people made the abuse from him a little bit bigger than it was because everybody back then was getting beaten, blase. But I've been, I listen to different podcasts and stuff, and they said she just feel that way because she the youngest, and by the time they got to her, he probably slowed down.
Right. And just because everybody was getting beat back then doesn't mean that it was right.
That part
It was
too.
still wrong.
That part too. Let's be real about abuse in these black neighborhoods back in the which really abuse, period, honestly, but really in black neighborhoods. I'm just saying. And it was 9 of them and all. By the time they got to number 9, they was tired and old.
No. Just go, Demita. Just go do whatever you want to, Demita Joe.
Just go do whatever you want. Now my song is Rocket. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah.
That's on the
I am.
Huh?
I say that's how out of I am because I don't know what that is.
I can't even think of what album it's on. I can see the picture.
Oh man, but of course people have been talking about. I think we already knew that Jermaine Dupri cheated on her. I think maybe, but it was brought back to light with this documentary. And then this post that you actually sent me had somebody comment on it, and we just want to discuss a little bit. So people that are listening, it says, "Baby, listen, Jermaine Dupri cheated on Janet Demita Joe Jackson. She didn't give her whole name. And she was willing to give that man all the kids he wanted, stay home every night, and be his traditional wife, and it still wasn't enough. And we had this conversation when we learned Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce too. You can literally be everything, give a man everything, do everything, cook, clean, raise children, work 10-hour days, love his mama, he'll move his mama in, stepmama, be a stepmama to his other kids, sell your house, live in an apartment, split the bills down the middle, build his career, blase. Pretty much you can do all of it. And a man will still cheat. So they pretty much going and saying it ain't about you. It ain't about what you did or didn't do. If it ain't about who you are, blase. Women got to stop internalizing men's bad behavior. Do you agree?
I agree. And I think it goes both ways. Men and women need to stop internalizing men and women's behavior. And you can do everything for everybody, for your person, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing everything for them. Right. Meaning, just because I cook and clean and all that kind of stuff for you and make sure that your clothes are washed and your outfit is picked out that morning and everything, that doesn't mean that I'm emotionally available to you. So I might check off all the boxes that are good in society's eyes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good in your eyes. And you might need my emotions more than you need me to cook for you.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Sometimes I agree and disagree with it too. Some of it, mostly agree, because I think people are going to cheat if they really want to cheat. But I'm not going to sit here and play and say it ain't no situation where people cheat because of something that you did. Sometimes people cheat because you cheated first. It don't make it right, but it happens. So I think at the end of the day, it's all just accountability and then being open and honest about your relationship. If you're cheating, you know it ain't right in the first place. So why are you in the relationship in the first place?
Right.
And a lot of us do it.
A lot of us done cheated. Look, I was comfortable.
Right.
But I just wanted to go out and get my rocks out.
And that. We got to start being honest about what we need in relationships too. Like a lot of people be like, oh, he got a good job. He helped me take care of the bills, blase. But the sex is whack. But you know what? It's just sex. I'll be all right. And then next thing you know, they cheating. No, you lied to yourself in the first place.
Right. You knew that sex wasn't that good. You knew you couldn't deal with this for 30, 40 years.
Right.
You ready for him to go ahead and dry up and can't do it anymore. So you ain't got to roll over and be like,
I can't. Or the man be happy with the woman because she gets up and makes sure breakfast is prepared or his clothes is ironed or whatever, and she can't even get moist. Like, and he be like, oh, that's all right. We can use some KY. No, you use, what if COVID happened and you can't get out the house? And y'all stuck there together and you done ran out your KY. You still gonna be all right. Are you still gonna be fine? That's all I'm saying.
He can pull that spit up.
He might got stinking breath. Give her affection. Let me stop. But my point is, we giving dumb excuses. I mean, we giving dumb examples. But the point is, we got to stop lying to ourselves about what we need and don't need, and quit listening to outside factors and be like, people saying that I'm being too picky. Well, them people is like the one that's gonna be married to you. Picky ain't the one that's gonna be living with you. They telling you that most of them sleeping by themselves too.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Even
Or
if
unhappy.
they married, they still sleeping by themselves.
That part. He's sleeping downstairs. She's sleeping up. They got pillows in between. Might even got two beds in the room. I done seen it all working in the
Right.
medical field. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
The grass ain't always green on the other side. And if it is green, it's that fake grass that they sold in. It ain't that real stuff.
Exactly. And be picky about what you want. Like that's something
Mm.
that you got to deal with forever, hopefully. If that's,
Mm-hmm.
most of the time whenever you get into a relationship, you get into it with the notion of this being your forever person. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure that that person is checking off all your boxes and don't just settle because it's okay in the moment. It's not going to
Right.
always be okay. You get upset
Right.
whenever your nails ain't right and you make the lady take the nail off and change it. Why ain't
Right.
you going to go and change that man or woman?
Right. But also be realistic too. Sometimes we just be unrealistic in our expectations. Not in what we want, but unrealistic is sometimes I'm gonna cook every day of the week, and sometimes I might only cook 3 times that month. Cause life happens. I might be sick, the kids might be too much this month, you know what I'm saying? Or I might be depressed. Like it could be a lot of things going on, and people gonna have their moments. Don't make
Right.
the moment a lifetime. Like, oh Lord, now she
Exactly.
done changed. When we was dating, she was doing this. When we were dating, her toenail polish was on fleek every night. Now they be chipped. Like, is it really that
Child,
serious?
these toenails, I be letting these nails grow out. Baby, you gonna know. You're gonna get bear
Man,
claws sometimes, and sometimes they're gonna be real nice and cute. But you're gonna
man.
already know that from the get-go. I ain't about to play with you.
Long as I ain't turn the sheet up, then we be all right, okay? Or turn your leg up. All right, one of the comments below it, uh this is a guy, right? Yeah. She was willing to do everything but move to Atlanta. And what people don't know is that JD dated Janet longer than any of the marriages she was in. And what Janet said is that she found out that he cheated, but that wasn't the only reason it didn't work out. She felt like he didn't have time for her. Women need to stop acting as though cheating is the worst thing that could ever happen in their relationship. It really don't even be that big of a deal, and couples work through cheating from either or both partners all the time. What's your reaction to that?
I agree, surprisingly. I because I know a lot of couples that done got through cheating, but ain't been able to get through other things.
Mm.
Um, as far as relationships. So I agree. But I don't understand. I wonder why she wouldn't move to Atlanta. I mean, I would cheat on you too. If you ain't down here with me.
Bye.
Shit.
No, break up.
I'm not
Cheating is
going.
not the answer. Let's not do that on this podcast. Okay, don't be promoting cheating. No, let's not. I think the problem is people make relationships too blanket. What might be right for me ain't gonna be right for you. You can't tell me to get over cheating and make cheating not that big of a deal because it may be a bigger deal
It
to
might,
me than
yeah.
it is to you. I think that's the problem. It's too many people in too many people relationships. And if they saying cheating is a big deal, then cheating is a big deal. Don't belittle it because other people have gotten over it.
Right.
Like
That's true.
you can't put everybody on a little conveyor belt and say we all gonna be made and produce and whatever and do whatever the same because it's not possible.
Right.
So I don't agree with the
Exactly.
fact y'all act like cheating is worse. It might be the worst thing that ever happened to that person. That person might have seen daddy cheat on mama 1,100 times, and mama stayed there and was cheated on, and that's all they know. So whenever they in this relationship, that's a trigger for them. You can't
Right.
belittle. It
Somebody's
ain't the
trauma.
worst thing that ever happened. No, it might not be the worst thing to you, but you can't
Right.
belittle that for somebody else. That's my problem with it.
Right. I
So, I
agree.
mean,
That makes sense.
but I
It
also
does.
feel like he's trying to take away from the fact that he cheated too by saying she wouldn't move to Atlanta. Like,
Oh,
so
that's what we do. That's what
that is what we do, but why?
we don't take accountability.
No.
I did this because you didn't do this. Instead of us just saying I did this because I wanted to do this.
Right.
Like you probably could have moved to Atlanta and been in the house with me, and I probably still would have went out and cheated. Like
That part. That part. And one of the things that I had read said that Jermaine did a response. I'm trying to pull it up. And one of the comments I think he made, I can't find it right now, but it says the pre-admitted reckless behavior noted that being with Jackson made him more attracted to other women.
I believe that. I believe that. Wasn't nobody checking for him.
I need an explanation. Oh, that means women was attracted to him, so now he got more play. Is that what that means?
Right. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, what you mean made you more attracted to? Oh.
Yeah. So then they like, well, damn, Janet dating him. Let me see what he about, because Janet is a baddie.
Maybe she would date him because of his personality.
Well, they was attracted to him to find out what it was that she was attracted to. They want to know, is it the penis? Is it the money? Is it the attractiveness? Is it the personality? Like, what is it about him that makes Janet want to be with him?
Wow. Well, Twitter was going in on it, talking about he ought to been lucky somebody wanted to marry his little smurf self. It's not funny. Try not to laugh. But Twitter was going in. NDRE said some of these public figures talking about how Jermaine Dupri is whack for cheating on Janet Jackson would have and have done the same thing. Men do stupid things when they know they can't live up to a woman's greatness.
Okay.
Kind of deep.
She know what she talking about.
That kind of deep. I kind of like that. No, I don't think that's just men. I just think that's people. Period. Honestly. I think we make too many problems just a man thing than just a woman thing. The only difference is it's probably just as many women out here cheating. They just don't get caught.
Be smart about it.
That's the only difference. We just don't get caught. All right, one more comment that was under it. I think you had sent. Oh, so Donald. I don't want to see her name, but this person over here, Donald, whoever. Said that they think monogamy is kind of forced, and most men aren't monogamous. They just aren't monogamous. They just don't know it. What you thought to say?
I think that's just stupid. They kill me with that men ain't monogamous type of thing. I don't think that right there is something that goes across the board. There are a lot of men that are monogamous and stay within their relationship, and men need to stop using the fact that men put on this earth to be monogamous bullshit to justify them going out here and cheating. Stop it. Just say that you want to cheat.
Don't even say that you want to cheat. Y'all should discuss that before y'all date. And if she wants you to be monogamous and you don't, then why y'all together?
Right. And the thing that gets
women me, for your cheating is what I'm saying.
The thing that gets me is a lot of women would probably be okay with you going out and doing whatever you want to do if you tell them up front, because then they're able to do what they want to do. But men, they can't take that same heat. Exactly. So they want to do it behind your back because it's going to hurt them whenever you go out there and cheat.
Exactly. I'm about to say they don't do that because they want to do it, but they want you to be at the house doing nothing.
Right.
That's nobody really. That's what it really
run them streets.
Is.
I'm going to run them too.
Wow.
Be out there before you get out there. Like, took you long enough.
I ain't got no time. I barely got time for what I got. That's too much work, okay? I'll be calling everybody gonna be the same nickname. I'm just calling everybody baby. I ain't got time.
Everybody say at the same time. You be in the grocery store and all your men in there, and you be like, baby, and all of them turn around, huh?
Be slipping. Anywho, what y'all think about the whole Janet and Jermaine Dupri? And if y'all seen her documentary, what was the most interesting part for y'all? Another thing, one of the podcasts I listened to today said that they talked about, her first. I guess she been married 3 times, which I didn't know, and they didn't mention her third husband at all. So he must didn't sign off on the. He must was like, nah. She mentioned. I don't even know who the third husband was, honestly. They said he was rich, some rich dude, whoever he was. But anywho, any of y'all that's watching, if y'all watched the docu and y'all anything that we hadn't discussed, let us know what y'all thought about it, and if we need to bring anything up. All right, so Chaz had brought this forward because she said someone had sent it to her. So I'm gonna play it. The video that you see.
Oh no, I'm looking at this last person she was married to. I don't know about him at all.
I don't think nobody did. All right, here go the video.
I think you was for a while. What? You know how many niggas was surprised when we got engaged? Like, I didn't even know they was fucking.
I was your sneaky link?
Basically. I was not telling you I was fucking you.
Can you really marry the sneaky link?
I did.
Wow.
Do you realize how many people were surprised? Are you kidding me? When we got engaged, people were like, when did that happen?
I didn't know I was a sneaky link, though.
You thought that I advertised you? No, I'm saying.
It was the surprise in his face for me. He's like, he's really distraught. He did not know he was a sneaky link at all.
I like them. I listen to their podcast every once in a while. But the way that they got together, if I remember correctly, both of them were in a relationship. Maybe he wasn't, but I know for sure she was. And her and the guy that she was dating had went to a sex party. And that's how she met him. And then he became her dom or whatever. And then they eventually got together.
Got you. Interesting. And he didn't know. Do you think men really don't know when they the sneaky link? Because women know when they the sneaky link, don't they? Maybe they don't.
Not always.
People really don't know.
I was a sneaky link and didn't know.
Well, y'all go back and watch the last podcast. She tell you how she was a sneaky link. Dude got a whole marriage, okay? A whole marriage out of it. Not to her, okay?
Not
but
to me.
Have you ever had a sneaky link and he didn't know it?
No. I always tell my sneaky links, like, it's a man back at the house. And this is what we doing.
Okay. Straight like that. There's a man back at the house. Oh.
I mean, it is. Who got the kids? He do. Shit. How you think I got out?
So, do you think if you and your sneaky link got engaged, like these people obviously did, are you supposed to tell him that he was a sneaky link, but thank God y'all met or something?
Yeah, be honest. Shit.
He really didn't know. He was a stroke. They had a whole conversation after that thing.
He knew he was the sneaky link.
He knows.
I guess what is the definition of sneaky link for them? Because if I think about it, I'm thinking that maybe their definition of sneaky link is she wasn't telling people that she was having sex with him at all. Well, that is a sneaky link. Never mind. I answered my own question as I was asking.
Yeah, sneaky link is number one. Y'all probably only hooking up at night. Number one, or during the day, whatever you might work night shifts, work up during the day, and nobody know about you. Y'all just boning. That's a sneaky link. Maybe men wouldn't know because men just be trying to bone anyway. I guess maybe. And men maybe they don't pay attention to, hey, she ain't never had me around the friends. Women pay attention to that stuff. We pick up. We might get
right.
We might lie to ourselves about it, but we be knowing, hey, he said mama called and he went out the room to talk to her.
So I'm gonna be back there coughing. I'm a cough. But she said, "Who's that coughing?" He was like, "Nobody." TV. Either way, you're gonna acknowledge me somehow. She knew that I coughed in the house. I'm walking out the room for me. Me and you back there talking to your mama. Nope.
Mm-hmm. I'm done. Do that now. Who you over there with the COVID?
Don't come over here now. You got that person in there with COVID. But I think that it's possible that you could marry your sneaky link.
Anything possible. I mean,
I got a friend that had a sneaky link for a long time, and now they ain't married, but they rocking. And I think a lot of people was surprised whenever they found out that they was rocking. And when I say sneaky link, like they was sneaky link for like 3-4 years before people found out about them.
That's a long time with one sneaky link. A long time. Shalana did a comment, but I don't know what quest mean. What quest mean, Shalana?
I can't remember.
Maybe she got a question. I don't know. We waiting. What quest mean? What quest mean? So another thing that I wanted to share is that Twitter went crazy because a girl had met a guy. I don't know how they met or whatever, and they had been talking for a while, and they had decided to meet up. Well, during their conversation, I'm gonna let her explain it on this video.
Hey you guys, so I wanted to give you guys a quick little tip on how to make a first impression last. Okay, so I've been talking to someone for literally like 2 days now, and we decided to have our first meetup, link, date, whatever you want to call it. And just through our conversation, I know for a fact he is an avid cigar smoker. He enjoys a good cigar over a glass of brandy or whiskey. I can't remember which one. I think it was whiskey. But I picked up on that little mental note. And I remembered that my dad is an avid cigar smoker and he has a really nice collection. So before getting on the road for our date today, I decided to stop by my parents' house and actually pick up a cigar. And my dad actually threw in a cigar cutter. And my mom, being the mom that she is, was like, oh my God, Samara, you can't take it just like that and hand a cigar in a cutter, wrap it. And I'm like, well, what do I have to wrap it with? Her crafty self had some twine in a paper bag. So I wrapped his cigar in literally a paper bag I folded up and some twine, and I really hope this is a good first impression.
I'm about to say they gonna never go on. So before we discuss, Shalonda said the question was, do my sneaky link have a girl too? I mean, they can.
They can. That takes the fun out of it, though. I need them to always be available when I'm available.
Y'all just
because I need them to be available when I'm available. Why is you giving her your time too? Now, doggone it, be free. Did you freeze? Oh, there you go.
I did. I was like, is it me or is it you? No, come here. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was you saying? Why would it take the fun out of it?
Because I need for my sneaky link to be available when I'm available. Why are you giving your time to Mona whenever I am free? Doggone it. I ain't got time. I need you when I need you.
Stand up like a mug, cause if you got him, you just sit here and say you tell her you got a man at the house, but you expect him to be over there single.
That's what married men do. They want you to be
I can't. Yeah, my answer is yes, they can have a girl too. As long as y'all keeping everybody separate, everybody tested or using protection, and everybody know their place, including you, Chasey B.
Don't be mad.
I don't see the problem.
Like, I saw you at the grocery store with your little friend. He's like, that's my wife. Fuck her. No, let me stop.
You know what? Bye. I'm good. Bye.
Stop.
Anywho, I cannot. So yeah, so that video I just played, a lot of people had a lot of bad things to say about it. Right, Shalana. She said, you sound like you're in a relationship, not just a sneaky link. She's trying to draw a line and don't want him to draw one. What it sounds like. She want his pencil to be broke. But yeah, so a lot of people had an issue with her doing this and made a lot of bad comments about it. But before I read some of the comments, do you see a problem in what she did?
The only thing I saw a problem with was them big ass glasses that she had on. They was too big for her. They
was big. They was. I think I seen them on Zillow. She ordered them offline. Okay, for $10. Nah, but yeah. But otherwise, I didn't see no issue with what she did. Like, people are straight treating like she went out and bought him $1 million gift or something. She literally didn't buy nothing. She literally went to Daddy's, got a free cigar and a cigar cutter and put it in her bag and said, I was listening. That's all she did. I don't understand the issue. I don't understand the issue at all.
What was the internet saying?
Honey, some people are saying she need to slow down. You don't even know if he's a good one yet. Somebody said, baby, why does it sound like you're trying to woo him and win him over? You're the prize. Don't forget that, queen. Why can't he be a prize too? I'm not understanding. Ladies, it's okay to show someone you like them whenever you want. The gift was free. She was just trying to put her best foot forward, and that's a good thing. I agree. I don't see the problem. Somebody had actually followed up with a TikTok video, and I'm gonna play it.
Link, date, whatever you want to call it. And just through our conversation, I know for
Hey ladies, on a live today, I was talking about how you do way too much, and this is a perfect example. But just so you can understand, I want to ask a man like how he would feel if a woman did this. So here we go. Hey Lovebug. So I just watched a video where this woman who was going on a first date, actually, because she knows he likes cigars, she wanted to make a good first impression. So she went and bought him a cigar, The daddy gave her a pair of cutters. The mom wrapped it up in parchment paper or whatever. And she's going to gift him this cigar for the first date. How would you feel about a woman doing that for you on the first date?
That feels a little bit like too much too soon to me, personally.
She's operating in her masculine energy and just doing way too much.
First of all, you're not gonna sit here and tell me them two didn't talk about that before she recorded that video.
Exactly.
She walk a little butt in there and act like he just was ready with a response like that.
That's why I'm about to say, because me and you gonna have to repeat yourself again, because he gonna say, "Huh, girl, you tried it." He would have been okay with that. If that's the case, then why do we do our hair? Why do we put on makeup? Why do we put on nice clothes and stuff to go out on a date? Kill me with the bullshit. Y'all need to stop it.
Y'all need to stop. Number two, you ain't even had your facts right, because she didn't buy nothing. She didn't buy a thing. She literally knew that her daddy smoked cigars and said, "Hey, I'm about to meet this dude. I really like him," or whatever she said. She didn't buy nothing. But even if she did, it was one dang cigar. They act like she went and bought him a car or a house, gave him $1,000. You know, I bought him a prostitute. I don't understand. Like, it was just a cigar. And then I don't understand why you expect a man to have you flowers and open your door and come pick you up and pay for dinner and all this stuff, and you tripping because she got a cigar. Like, and then gonna sit there and say you operating in your masculine energy. I'm so tired of hearing that.
Child, I'm over it. I am so over all of that bullshit. Right. People are just people. It's nothing wrong. She listened to him and realized that he likes cigars. So why, if this guy that I went out on a date with, in conversation, I brought up how much I love Reese cups and how much I love daisies. And our very first date that we had, he had me a big old pack of Reese cups and some daisies.
Right.
And I was like, "Oh my God, I love him."
A little far. Now that's a little far. But the whole point was that he listened. Right. He listened. And she's showing him that she listened. Like, women want to claim that they the prize so much, but are you really? Like, you have a problem with that? Are you really the prize?
Right.
Like, girl, bye.
I thought it was cute. That's just like if the guy, no mind. I'm just over it. Y'all sound stupid.
I'm so over it. And then they wonder why people have so much trouble dating in today's world, because people just, number one, it's not that big. I don't know. I'm glad I ain't doing it. I'm just gonna put it that way. I'm just glad I'm not doing it. It's too much work. But a podcast I was listening to said another video said that he actually said that he really liked that she actually listened to him and paid attention to him, that he never has had that before in relationships. It's usually all about the woman, which is really true in the beginning. Usually in the very beginning of dating, it's all about the woman and impressing the woman and what the woman wants, blase. The men kind of get put to the back burner initially, other than if you giving up the booty because they claim that that's all they need. But in reality, it ain't. They really need somebody that's going to listen to what they like, what they don't like, that understands them. Y'all can be on the same page, blase. But then you down a woman for trying to do that. Because guess what? She going to have to do something for him down the road. She might as well learn the simple things now.
Right. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he ended up buying her something by the end of their date, something that she was really into. I want to say it was a vinyl record or something. I can't remember. And he ended up buying a vinyl record for her at the end of the date. So he was very appreciative of what she did. And then he showed his appreciation by buying something that she was into for her. I don't understand the issue. And I feel like a lot of the people that got an issue with it is probably the same women that's kicking out a whole bunch of money to a man that is sleeping with his baby mama still and lives at the house with his baby mama. And he ain't even at your house all the time. Like, y'all grow up.
How about you just ask your husband about you wearing that Sunday school flower on the top of your head like it's still 1996? How about that?
I usually like her videos too.
I don't like it. I don't like women putting down women for no reason. I don't like it. Now, sometimes we out here doing foolishness and we all put down each other. I ain't saying that, but that was just stupid. Like,
yeah,
Girl, bye. I can't. Vern said it's just a cigar and a cut. I would be more concerned about those glasses that make us feel like
Thank you. Those glasses was huge.
They
like Bug's Life.
They was, but that's her prerogative. She the one wearing them, you know.
She the one wearing them, but I want to know why. I wonder how her head holding them up. She had a little head.
Somebody told her she was curved. Okay. I got about 1,100 pair of glasses. My husband don't like every pair I got, so I can't say that.
If you come out with something that big, I'm be like, now.
I did get a pair that big by accident, but I ain't worn them out nowhere. They did not look like that big on the line. Maybe that happened to her, but she was like, okay, I'm still pulling it off. I'm curved.
Yeah, she's like, I'm still gonna wear them. Still cute. I mean, she's still cute, but just big.
But yeah, like I said, people was going in on Twitter about it and just making it a big deal than it was, and they all probably lonely or not happy.
Mm-hmm. Charles sleeping downstairs, living upstairs by themselves, pulling out that vibrator every night, make that stuff come.
Yeah,
sir,
man. I can't. All right, we're flying through these things tonight. We got one more that you see. Yeah, here we go. One more. I'll let you read it if you can see it.
Child, you know I can't.
She can't see nothing. Okay, it says, my dying wife asked me if I'd be okay if she had sex with her ex one last time. So I said, I can't have this tied to my main, but I really need to say something about it and have no one I tell. What? Okay. My wife has a terminal disease. She is projected to live at most 9 months. I am, of course, destroyed. We've been together for a decade. I don't remember life without her, and I don't know what I'm going to do when she's gone. I have been doing my best to make the last days of her life good and grant whatever wish I can. The doctor said that she was likely to need a wheelchair in 4 or 5 months. Then by month 8, she'll be bedridden for the last few weeks. That's if she doesn't decline faster. Recently, she sat me down and told me that one of the last things she wanted to do was have sex with a previous partner of hers. I, of course, was shocked. And when I asked why the F she wants that, why the F she wants that? So basically, she thinks that her most physically capable, satisfying lover was him. Right? She gave a whole monologue about how sex sometimes is just physical and how emotionally fulfilling sex is with me. But it was BS to get to the point. So now I'm left with this. Deny my dying wife a wish for my own ego or let her go F another man who she feels was better. Honestly, I'm so pissed and betrayed that she asked this of me. I feel like I'm put in a position where I have to say yes because she's dying. I know what I want to say, but I don't know if that's right. I'm so hurt that sex with an ex apparently so good that she needs to do it once before she dies. I just hate everything about this.
Child.
How you feel about it?
She got some balls.
She do. I would never. Ever.
I'm a blunt person at times, but honey, that's some balls. But she like, shit, I'm about to die anyway. I might as well go ahead and get it out.
Yeah, might as well get it over with.
If I was to allow it to happen, and it's a very, very tiny if, because that right there would just hurt my soul. That would be her last day living, so it would be all right. Cause or hopefully Mr. Good Penis over there can take care of you whenever you in a wheelchair. Like you ain't coming back here.
So you saying if you don't see her side at all?
I mean, I get it. However, I think that it is wrong to ask the person that is going to pretty much be responsible for you for your last months and take care of you, meaning wiping your ass and giving you a bath and making sure you eat and get around and making sure you don't get bed sores and giving you your medicine to make sure you're not in pain and all that kind of stuff. Right. It is selfish to ask that person, right, can you go have sex with somebody else because it boils down to their sex was better than yours and you just need that one last time before you die. Yeah. Like it's wrong.
It's a slap in the face.
Right. And if you ask me that, yeah, you could go ahead, but don't come back here.
I don't. If she really felt that way, and I'm not condoning it by no means, but why not just go do it and then just let hubby be? Like,
that
you really had the audacity to ask him and thought he was gonna be okay with it.
Like, ma'am,
that's bad.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. I can't either. And now he actually sit here contemplating. The fact that he actually contemplating it like he is and asking people about it and saying that he feel like he has to say yes, like that's a good darn man. Maybe too good. He need to be a little more selfish. But that's a pretty good darn man to even be sitting here even contemplating. Because most men, she probably already been a grave. Probably put in a chokehold. You like, die anyway.
Choke her ass up.
The audacity. I would never in my life, like you said, he's there for her. He obviously taking care of her. He obviously loves her. To even be, like I said, even be contemplating. And she had the audacity to even ask. And yeah, no, she had to. I would put my husband asked me that he'd be sitting in the hospice house.
I wouldn't even put him in a hospice house. You'd be on the corner. On the corner by yourself. You better hope that a snowstorm. Huh?
They've been reported you to APS.
Because right now, if she was stupid enough to ask me that question, she's strong enough to fend for herself. You're gonna be out there on the corner fending for yourself. You better learn how to make $1 out of 15 cents. Doggone
it. Okay. Vern said he better go to the doctor with her and hear that she is dying for himself. She might just be using that story to see what that is because her husband not satisfying her. I hope she don't go that far.
If she did that.
She did all that. She going straight to hell with gasoline draws.
If she did that, she the goat of all time.
Not the goat. That is, if somebody, I have heard that somebody said they lied before though about dying. Why would you? All the things you can lie about. Why you gonna lie about dying?
I don't know. What was the Gypsy Rose? You remember that story? The mama was pretending that the daughter was sick, and all these years the daughter thought that she was really sick.
I watched that on Hulu. They made a series out of it on Hulu. Yeah, but she was doing it for that. Well, she was doing it because she was mentally unstable and she wanted that chick. She liked the attention through the daughter. Yeah. The daughter wasn't even sick. Poor thing.
But some people just like the attention. Yeah. They like to eat up that attention, so that's what they do.
I ain't gonna mess with the Lord. The Lord or Karma or Buddha or whoever. I ain't messing with them talking about I'm dying because they might make it come true. Right. They say you can speak things into existence. They ain't speaking death.
And then look, you mess around, people find out that you really ain't dying, then you get yourself together mentally, and then you get to the point where you're like, all right, I'm ready to live. I feel free. And then God be like, pop, bye.
Deuces.
Gotcha. Gotta be quicker than that.
Gotta be quicker than that. Yeah, people gotta quit playing. If that's the case. But even if it's not the case, the audacity to ask your husband about you cheating on them. He said she would be an immediate DNR and I will pull the trigger, not the plug, but the trigger. Not the trigger. You gotta find some way where you ain't gonna be locked up behind it now, man. Come on now. You know some people.
It'll be some air going through them veins.
Like I said, her butt be on hospice and then she begin to extra dose of that morphine. Okay.
Give her a little more. She's look like she's still in pain. She's like, no, I'm fine. No, you hurt. You hurt. You still hurting. Doggone, you hurt me. Stumped all over my heart. I'm gonna hurt you too. Yeah.
I'm like, how in your mind? I guess if you dying, you just really don't care. Maybe I just don't know how in your mind you like when you go talk to your partner about a difficult conversation. You kind of play it in your head. She played all that conversation in her head and thought it was gonna go her way.
I would like to hear everything that she said to come back and say, but life with you is good or whatever the hell she said. But I can just.
She went on to say that, like, to explain to him that sometimes sex is just physical and blah. Like, she had that thing planned Okay. She was like, I'm gonna make this happen. Okay.
She should have just went out and had sex with the guy and then wrote a letter on her
Right.
deathbed to let him know if she feels the
I
need that
can't.
he needed to know.
Right. That
Some
part.
things are just best left unsaid.
Left unsaid. Like if you was really that strong about it, like I said, you was dying anyway. Just go do it and come back to the house. I ain't saying that ain't right either, but at least the man mind would have been in peace.
Right.
Now he got to be without you knowing that you wanted to sleep with another man.
And look, every night, if it was me, if I was him, every night that she laid down in that bed beside me, I would contemplate about putting a pillow over her head. Hey, you got me fucked up.
Honey, she definitely be living with mama, daddy, uncle, cousin, somebody. She want to stay in my house.
I'll be on Snapped and be like, sure did. I sure did. I did it.
Oh man, well that's all we had. We went through them topics fast.
I know that was
she was a fox, and I hope she on. Is she on? Oh. I had seen a TikTok video earlier about karma, and like somebody had pissed somebody off or whatever, and they was like giving them karma, but stuff that you wouldn't think about. Like I hope you get stopped at every traffic light, or I hope that every time you think you got just gas, you on yourself.
That's some karma for your ass. Getting stopped at every red light. That will, honey.
Listen, red light.
The mornings that I get stopped at every red light, I sit in the car and I contemplate what decisions I made that led God to put me in this situation. I'm like, I must have did something wrong because there's no reason that I should be getting stopped at every doggone light. Every light, red, God, every light. What did I do? Do I need to apologize to Miss Eartha May? What did I do to her?
Not Miss Eartha May. Come on now.
Is it because I cut that person off the other morning? I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was some car. It was he said a whole bunch more than that, but it was like the stuff that you don't think about, but that would really be terrible. Like, I hope every time you stand up, you stump your pinky toe. Like, that's just the stuff that you wouldn't think to put on people. But if you know if it was you, woo, you'd be miserable.
Ooh. Speaking of stumping toes, how come people don't stump their toes anymore?
They probably do. People just don't say, "Hey, you know what?
Do your kids?
I ain't stump my toe. Maybe we just more conscientious.
But not even the kids. My kids don't stump their toes. And I remember I used to stump my toe all the time as a child.
All the time. And I knew that it hurt.
Right.
A lot.
Have any of y'all stumped y'all toe? And if you have, has it been recent? Because now I'm a little concerned about why we don't stump our toes anymore.
So random too. I think we're just more conscious about our surroundings and what we're doing, maybe.
Picking up our feet and stuff. I don't know, child.
That's my story. I'm speaking to it. Did you want to touch on Whoopi at all? Or you want to leave Whoopi alone?
We can touch on it a little bit, I guess.
Let me pull it up. I don't know if y'all heard, but Whoopi made a comment about Jews recently. I watched the video earlier. I'm scared to touch it, honestly.
What she said. But anyway, she got suspended from The View for 2 weeks for her comment that she said. Are you going to play the video? Or
if I can find it. Go ahead, keep talking.
But yeah, so she got suspended from The View for 2 weeks for her comment that she made about the Holocaust not being race related. Was it race? Yeah, race related. I can't remember exactly what she said.
I found the video. It's 6 minutes long though.
Oh, good God.
Maybe we ain't
gonna play that.
But pretty much she said that the Holocaust wasn't about race. Or it wasn't a racist act. That And I think she went on to say that it was white people against white people. It wasn't like a racial issue or whatever. But some people saying that it was. Maybe I'm dumb.
So to me, whenever I first heard it, I was like, I mean, she's right. But also, Hitler did view the Jews as an inferior race. And that's why the Holocaust started. So, although technically it's not a race, I guess I could understand what they're saying. But I guess it just doesn't resonate with me because I've never viewed Jewish as a race. I just viewed it as a religion.
That's a religion, right?
I think. Yeah, that's what I always viewed it as. I never viewed it as that.
White people.
Right. Right.
So I guess are saying they're not white, they're Jewish. But I don't know. People watching, maybe make it make sense to me because I'm not. Now I don't know the context of the conversation, and I hope she wasn't trying to down the Holocaust or whatever. Because it was definitely really bad and definitely really serious and should have never happened. And still injustice at the end of the day and blah blah blah. I don't know what all it was talking about. What all was said. I don't like when people try to downplay the Holocaust because it was it's terrible. Like some of them died worse than people did in slavery. I know people gonna say that I said that. I mean, we was hung and beat, but I mean they was put in camps and starved and made to eat horses with hair on them and was frail all the way down to their bones. And I mean it was bad. Both of them was bad.
Both,
you know what I'm saying? Both of them was really bad.
Both happened at the hands of a white man. I'm sorry.
Well, she went there. I wasn't gonna go there, but she went there. So I hate that. But one thing I know a lot of people do say, and I don't agree nor disagree. A lot of people say that people I ain't gonna say respect the Holocaust more, but they let it be as a bigger of effect than slavery is. Do you agree with that?
You shaking your head. This is 100% true. Yeah. It's true, and I would never downplay what the Jewish community went through. Like I know that what they went through was bad, but it sickens me that everybody gets their reparations for what happened to them, but the Black community has not gotten their reparations, and we're not protected the same way that everybody else is protected.
Right. And I mean, and if you really look at the times, we're still dealing with some of the effects from it. Like we still deal with racism and cops killing us and not being paid fairly, not being treated fairly, still being treated like the inferior race or whatever. So, I mean, we still have just because we're not, work for pennies or beaten or hung, we're still dealing with those same issues. And, I don't think Jewish people are. So, I mean, I can see why people would say it, but I don't want to sit here and say I'm a downplay what they went through either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it shouldn't have went as long as it did, and it shouldn't have happened like it did. And at the end of the day, like you said, it was just all powerful men having way too much power. I just don't know how somebody could brainwash a whole, I guess that's a country, to do this.
I can see it because I can see how even here the presidents can pretty much take over people's brains and stuff and make their views be everybody's views, and people just believe it for face value and don't go in and do the actual research behind it. Like a lot of people, they follow people just they say it's true because such and such said it, and they just leave it at that because they said it. And that's going on now in one of them Koreas. I can't think of which one. The one that has my mind is blank. But that person over there that's over there pretty much tells them what to do and how to think.
Because of the type of government they have. I know us in the U.S. does have the best as far as the type of government we have now. All we listen to, probably not. But they at least fake it like we have a say. But in a lot of other continents or countries or whatever, it is what governments say, and that's what it is. And if you dare go against it,
Right.
You can forget it. Like, even I watched a documentary here lately about whenever COVID was really rampant over there in China, and people was anybody who even talk against it. I mean, somebody made a YouTube video about they're not taking care of us, and the government or the police will literally show up at their house to tell them you need to stop doing this because you're going against what we're telling you to do. Like, they don't even have freedom of speech to be like, this ain't right.
Right.
So if you look at it from that point of view, we gotta got it made to an extent. Now, I ain't saying, like I said, I ain't saying we being treated all the way fair. I think we just fake it till we make it a little bit more. I ain't saying that. You know what I'm saying? That it's 20 times better. Right. But at least it seems like we have a little bit of more freedom, and it appears, you know, I mean, we live. If you look at how other countries live, we do live pretty good.
Yeah.
We try to make it like we don't. We try to make it like we struggling, but I need some of these people to go to China. Well, not China, but I mean, some parts of China or some parts like I went to Haiti, and I went right after the storm, and it was terrible. Like, people are literally having 20 people sleeping in a hut, no bed, and they over there just as happy as people if you ever met in your life. We over here, we get 1 penny take out of our check that wasn't supposed to be taken out. And they doing us wrong. I can't believe they making us live like this. Like, bruh, get your
lights go off in a storm. We mad at Duke Energy. Like Duke Energy was the one that went and turned your lights off. No, it was the storm.
Like they went to God and said, let them not be light. Like, they just, I don't understand. And it was so. But anywho, Vernon, do you think blacks will ever get their reparations?
No, I don't. Unless my son becomes president. He said that's what he's going to do whenever he becomes president. He's going to make sure that black people get everything that they deserve. And everybody was going to have a mansion, all the black people. So y'all vote for Biscuit 2044.
I agree. I don't think that it's gonna happen this late in the game. I mean, slavery happened a long time ago.
It wasn't that long.
I mean, most of us living in today's time with a voice wasn't in slavery. I'm just saying.
Right.
In reality, reparations due to somebody who was done wrong. And sometimes black folk just think that mean all of us supposed to get something. All of us supposed to get our few acres.
Well, if you look at it though, the Jewish community, all of them are reaping the benefits of what happened to people before them. The Indians, even though the Indians are not treated right now, I still don't think that they are treated right. However, they still all got the benefits of their reparations of what happened to their ancestors.
I just want the people that are still living and dealt with it to get something, to get treated right. I don't care if I get a dime.
I want my money. I want my money.
People like you.
I want my 10 acres. I want my mule, dog on it. This is for my grandparents, dog on it.
That's why we're not getting nowhere now. They're like, we paying all of them. We ain't gonna do that.
But they paying everybody else. So why do we think that we deserve less? If they are willing to do it for everybody else, they can do it for us.
Everybody else.
Whoever they is. I don't know who they is.
Because we can't compare everybody. We can't compare what's happening in the other countries to what's here.
But I know what happened in the United States. And the Indians, they have their own reservations. They
barely get people think they get a lot more benefits than they actually do. They
right, and I understand that. However, they make
it look good.
Yeah, they make it look good, but they still have things that we don't have. We couldn't even think of having because they are not willing to give it to us.
But some of that I ain't gonna say some. Some of it is yes, we just not getting treated fairly point blank. But do we continually advocate for ourselves like the Indians? They stick together.
Yeah, everybody stick together except for us.
That's my point. Honey, we'll kick each other down to get our stuff. And they hold each other down. Right, wrong, they gonna have each other back.
That's true. That is 100% true.
We as black folk don't do that.
We got to do better, y'all. We got to start sticking together.
We do.
So we can get what we need. We need to combine we need a Malcolm X and a Martin, like just put together in one person. Somebody that knows how to talk.
But the problem is, even when we had people like them, it was a lot of us that still didn't listen. We don't listen. We still do what we want to do. We still act the way we want to act. Me and my husband were talking about this earlier because we watching this show when, you know, every show now has an episode where a cop does a black person wrong and blase. But in every episode, and it happens in everyday life, you got the one guy like, no, we need to be quiet. We need to put our hands on the steering wheel. We need to not talk back. We need to do whatever they say to do, blase. And the other dude like, now, what you pull us over for? What you doing this for? You need to tell me why. Is it because we black? Like, why you need to do all that?
Because white people do it.
But guess what? White people ain't getting shot. We are.
I know, but I'm saying.
So why gamble? I'm not saying that it can't happen regardless, and I'm not saying that it's right. But if you want to gamble with something, go gamble some money in Vegas. Don't gamble with your life.
I get it. I get what you're saying, but I think that
I ain't saying that it's right by no means.
Right.
But I'm just saying and I'm not saying in that situation. I'm just saying a lot of us got that entitled spirit. That's all I'm saying.
And we should be entitled to what we want, doggone it.
We should entitled just to be equal.
I don't want to be equal.
Why?
I want to be better than them, doggone it. I want to have more than them. Y'all done put my people through all these trials and tribulations. I don't want your equality. Forget equality.
I just want to be equal. I don't care to be you shooting to be better. You ain't gonna never get there.
65-40. 65-35. That's what I'm shooting for.
Vern said they are really poorer than we are, as I have visited Sarah Reservation and they got each other's backs. That's facts.
Yeah, I visited reservations in my previous occupation. And but they stick together. I love their community, and I always got excited whenever I went to the reservations and just had a good old time. And we would sit around and they would tell us like old stories and show us artifacts that they had and give us the story behind it. I'm like, this is so freaking amazing. Like, it's amazing to have that type of community.
Right. We don't do that. We don't. We stab each other in the back. We talk about each other. If somebody doing better than somebody else, we down in them. Or they only got that because they kissing butt or whatever. Like, I'm so tired of that. Like, why can't we lift each other up and be happy for each other and knowing that good karma happens too. If I'm happy for her, if I'm pushing her, if I'm having her back, guess what? That's gonna trickle down to me.
Exactly.
No, we too better about we trying to step on each other's head and trying to and don't want to work for it. I heard so many people be mad because they done been on a job 6 months and trying to figure out why they ain't got a promotion. 6 months
they got a promotion.
Girl, bye. 6 months, bro. You had like
did somebody else get a promotion? If I'm in there and I am given 100% of my job, I'm putting in 100% in my job, and somebody else is only putting in 50%, and they making more than me, that's not fair. Just because they've been here longer than me doesn't mean that they deserve more than me. If I'm doing the work and putting in the hours, putting in the meat and potatoes, then you should give me a raise in 6 months. Stop thinking. I feel like a lot of times we feel like we don't deserve stuff, but we do. We deserve it, and we need to start standing up and fighting for what we deserve. And I don't think that we should expect that just because you've been there this little amount of time that you don't deserve, that you shouldn't ask for a raise. You should ask for a raise. White people do it, and they get it.
I mean, I ain't saying that either. I ain't saying you shouldn't ask for a raise. I'm just saying you got to be willing to put the work in and wait sometimes. We never want to wait.
No, that's true.
Number one. Number two, just because you don't see what Sarah is doing.
Oh, I know what Sarah
don't mean
Sarah
she ain't doing. Because a lot of stuff that I do in my jobs that I do, people don't know automatically. I do a lot of stuff where I'm connected with my boss and I'm like, how can I help you on this project? How can I do this with you? How can we make this process better? And that's not known to the team. So you can't assume because you're not seeing everything Sarah's doing.
I know that Sarah
that she
ain't
only
doing
got
shit
it because of that.
Sarah done went out there and took smoke breaks. It ain't even 9:00. We clocked in at 8:30.
And your butt was late 32 times that month. I'm just saying. And it's only 30 days in a month.
We ain't talking about me. We talking about what Sarah ain't doing.
That's what's wrong with us now. Don't want to take the time of it. We want stuff to be easy, and it ain't. And it's true that it's harder for us. It is. I'm not taking it from us at all that it's not harder from us. But sometimes, I ain't saying all the time.
Sometimes
y'all just need to pump your brakes and be patient and wait on the Lord, as the Bible say. Okay? You wanted to happen tomorrow, and you just started yesterday.
I do.
Verse said they escorted me out their casino in Arizona because I was winning all their money.
Wow. They was like, you got to go.
He said, we have not because we ask not. Ask for what you want. Ask and it shall be given. Press down, shake together, run it over. Sometimes it is given, but the problem is, Vern, sometimes we can ask, it won't be given at that particular time, but that don't mean God ain't working on your next step.
Right.
But why your next step might be you go to a different department in the job, or you get referred to work somewhere else. But we get impatient and we act a fool. And then this new job done heard about it, and now you ain't got neither.
Right. So I do try not to get, even though I be upset if I ask for a raise or whatever, and they be like, no, I can't give it to you, and I'm trying to figure out why. But anyway, I try not to show my emotions. I still go ahead and do my job because I know that something better is coming. However, it gets tiresome sometimes waiting for the better days.
It does, because we human. And sometimes it ain't fair. Sometimes the company ain't treat you right. Sometimes the manager ain't. But you got to pray on it and wait. Or
you
meditate
like,
and wait. Or
it's
whoever
been 3
you pray
years. It's been 3 years. What do you want me to do? And I'm barely making it.
But we be so focused on what Sarah doing, we mess it up for ourselves. Well, Sarah come in late every day, so why can't I come in late every day? That's what we do.
I don't care what time Sarah get there.
Or Sarah went out. Sarah went out for her 3 smoke breaks, and she wasn't supposed to have 2, so I'm gonna get my 3.
I don't see the issue.
They really need one anyway, but one promoted. We're worrying about everybody else. And if you're doing everything that's right and they still not treating you right, then it's time to move on. Don't blame Sarah because you ain't moved on. That's my point. My point is we in this woe is me. This woe is me. It's kind of like when you're in a relationship. Either you're gonna deal with it and it's gonna be what it is, or you're gonna move on.
Right. Sarah sleeping with the boss. That is upsetting me and my people. It keeps me up at night, so I can't perform my job duties because I'm worried about Sarah sleeping with Josh. And one is Josh's wife. No.
You know what? You report Josh to his wife under the table. You see a little note.
Give me a raise or else.
And you know what happened? Josh was only using Sarah for that sleep. And he really was putting in a paper. He had a paper on his desk to promote you, but you done got him fired, and the paper never made it.
Like, dang, Josh. Knew I liked you.
See there? You was about to be promoted, but you was so worried about Sarah that you got left behind. And now they see the paper on the desk, but they not gonna promote you because what they gonna trust him for?
Right. So now the moral of the story is mind your own business.
Mind your own business, worry about yourself. And if you doing the work you supposed to do, you will reap what you sow. Point blank, period. You might reap at that company, you might reap going somewhere else. But you will reap what you sow.
Amen.
That's the point. Quit worrying about Sarah. Sarah's still gonna be sleeping with Josh or Joshette or Josh Senior for the rest of her life. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just playing. I don't be caring about what Sarah doing. I be doing my job.
Yeah, she do. Anywho, that's her. That I don't even know what we was talking about no more. That went way off topic. That went way to the left. Yeah, we ain't even in the same state no more. We over there in another state.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, we done talked about what we gonna talk about. It's been an hour, going on 15 minutes. So I guess it's time to go. Feel like we need about 8 more topics.
Time for so long. But we'll sing just one more song.
Hey, for doing part. You sure are smart. You know that me and you and my dog Bluetta, we can do
that we wanna do. Oh, I want to speak on something real quick. I'm just gonna say this.
Go ahead.
I know, but I ain't gonna go too deep into it. But M&M's and Minnie Mouse, y'all done made me angry, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. We'll talk about this another day.
Okay, I don't know what the word she's talking about, but I guess we'll catch you next time. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you don't mind, please go and like, share, subscribe, follow, comment, etc., etc. Everything Occasionally Posh. We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, Facebook, we on Twitter, but we don't really do nothing on Twitter. And we are on most audio podcast platforms. If you want to be a guest, you can either inbox me or Chassie B, or you can email us at occasionallyposh@gmail.com. You can also send us in topic ideas, stories. If you want to be a guest, if you know somebody who will be a good guest, if you have a letter that you want us to read and comment on, you can email it or inbox us those things as well. And also, as always, you can be a blessing to the ministry via our Cash App at @Occasionally Posh. Any last words?
Peace.
Bye-bye.